2. All guests on ZASLOW Show 2.0 brought to us by the official beer of the program. You know, we're talking Johnny, Cuba, European roots, a Caribbean soul, a refreshing German lager in a can. Go to johnnycuba.us. You find the nearest location to you. Make sure you always drink responsibly. And don't forget Johnny Cuba's mantra, stay tranquilo. Joy Taylor, our homegirl, joining us here as we are right smack in the middle of the week. We are inching toward NFL week number 6 this weekend. The Dolphins have the Chargers, but also the New York Jets are in London. They have the Broncos. Now, people are listening to this right now, and they don't know that not only am I in London right now, as they're listening to this, all right, because we're recording this in the past. You're listening right now. Your present's our past, all right? You're listening. I'm in London right now. Joy is also in London right now. Total coincidence, because you are going to see your nephew play football this weekend.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the game. I've been to London a bunch of times, but I never got a chance to see Jason play there. And I've never been to a sporting event, really, I don't even think outside of the country. So, yeah, I'm excited. He's playing at Tottenham, and I've heard that the stadium's amazing. And I'm really excited. It's a pretty big game for them.
For who, the Jets?
Yeah, we're going to need to get a win here soon. So
Okay, hold on a second. All right, I obviously disagree with the big game part. They're 0-5, but the part that's
big
more
game,
interesting,
not a big game. Big game, not a big game. I think it's a big game.
This would be not a big game. But the more interesting part is we need to get a win this weekend. Joy, what are we doing?
Oh, no. I want to be clear, and to all my folks in South Florida, I love you. Like, love you. And we'll get to the Dolphins in a second. But yeah, I mean, of course it's blood. Like, if one of your sons all of a sudden decided to start playing football and goes and plays for the Patriots, you're going to be a Patriots fan, Zaz. I don't know how else to tell you this.
So do you wear a Mason Taylor jersey at the game?
So I don't have a jersey yet, but I have like a Mason shirt, and then I ordered like this really cute jersey thing, but I don't think it's going to come in time. So I'm doing just colors, and hopefully they'll be selling some merch there, because I want to get one of the scarves. I hadn't ordered in time, but yeah, I mean, that's my family. Of course I'm going to be on his side. Like, it's not, it's Dolphins, it's Steelers, but like it's the Jets now. And the moment that he was drafted there, that's what it was. I mean, when Jason was playing for the Jets, it was a crazy experience, because I mean, you remember how dramatic it was, him going to New York, and like
Dolphin fans were angry. I was not angry, because the Dolphins literally got rid of him, and I don't know how much interest there was otherwise around the league. And if Jason wants to keep playing, all right, you keep playing.
Yeah, he played 2 more years, because remember, he came back to Miami after that. So it was like, and he wanted to stay in Miami. And that's not, like, that's sort of the, we talk about things that go on with players' transitions to different teams, and obviously there's reporting and fans have opinions and stuff, and it's difficult, because like the fans should be loyal to the team, like that's how this whole thing works. But he wanted to stay, and they didn't want him, and that's how this business works. Like, are you gonna stop broadcasting because somebody has moved on from you? Clearly not. So that's just how it goes. So yeah, but I remember it because the Dolphins fans were so mad.
Yep.
And then they instantly obviously forgave him when he came back, and all as well. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to be on Mason's side. Like, that's not even a question.
Can I tell you that over the weekend, fantasy football, I Brock Bowers is my starting tight end, all right? And Brock Bowers missed the game this past weekend. He was ruled out like 90 minutes before the game started. I had to go out on the waiver wire and pick up a free agent to fill in place of Brock Bowers last minute. Who did I pick up? Mason Taylor. I picked up Mason Taylor. I threw him in my lineup. He was terrific.
He was.
9 catches, 67 yards, a 2-point conversion. He did an excellent job for my team.
Yeah, I don't have Mason in any of my 3 leagues because I feel like it's not good integrity to be to be gambling on family. So I don't have him in any of my leagues, but he did have a great week. He's getting a lot more action. So
Yeah. Yeah, he's doing terrific right now. That team is so bad though, Joy. They're like, I mean, you gotta be really terrible to get fired after 1 year as head coach. But if this continues, like Aaron Glenn is very one and done.
I hope not. Look, it's been a rough start. Obviously, I thought that they were going to get that Tampa game there for a second, but like Tampa, what is this thing with Tampa? Like they win
Yeah,
every game at the last
their
second.
quarterback is really good.
Anyway, I it's I just hesitate to jump too soon with things. Like I want to see how the back half of the season goes. And I like to point to Dan Campbell as an example. Like when Dan Campbell went to Detroit, obviously from our time in
Yeah, they
Miami
started like one
with,
and
with
nine
Dan
that first
Campbell,
year or something,
yeah, they
right?
were really rough. I think they won 2 games. But yeah, it was not a good season for them as far as win-loss goes. But towards the end of the season, you started to see them kind of culturally shift. They started to play really well, but like lose games. And they really had a clear energy change. And then obviously the next season they were marketably better, still didn't make the playoffs, but kept Green Bay from making the playoffs in the last game of the season. And now the rest is history, and they're one of the best teams in the league. So I think it takes time. Like I am not a big like coach fire person. It's just not.
I'm not either.
I'm not into that. I think it takes more. I think it takes time. Even if it's a bad season, I think you have to be patient with people. It's a lot to turn around an organization that hasn't had a winning culture in many years. So and is used to turnover and turmoil. So I think they're a young team. They have a lot of young players they're developing. It's Justin's first season there. So I want to give them some more runway than ever. I mean, I know everyone's freaking out, but you just have to be patient. And like we just don't live in a patient society, and it's really easy to say get rid of someone, but then you're starting over again. And like it just puts you behind no matter what. Like it's rare to go out there and get somebody that's going to turn the entire organization around in 1 year. Like that's a really hard thing to do.
Do you miss being able to talk about sports every day?
I well, I do still talk about sports every day. I just
Right.
don't I just don't talk about it on a platform. It feels weird. It does. Like I wake up every day and I'm like my take machine starts going, and then I'm not putting it anywhere except for like with friends and in group chats and stuff. But honestly, I'm enjoying a little mini retirements. I'm obviously not done and will be you know very busy soon enough. So I'm kind of enjoying like being able to go see my nephew in London. Like I would never get to do that if I was on a show right now. So,
Mhm.
I'm like, that's cool. So yeah, so
Very
I'm good.
busy soon enough. Is that a tease right there?
Yeah, a little bit, a little bit. Soon enough. Soon enough, I'll be back busy and have no time for anything or anyone. Um, and I have the podcast keeping me busy as well. Obviously, it's not sports, but as far as like keeping the take muscle strong, I'm still working. So
You had the
I'm not.
guy who played David Justice in Moneyball on your podcast the other day, right?
Yeah, Stephen Bishop, he was great. We got a lot of baseball talking because I argued with him about those stupid unwritten rules, god awful unwritten rules. You know how I feel
Oh,
about
is he
those.
is he a big baseball guy?
Oh yeah, yeah, he played for many years.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah, he played for the Braves for a little while. And he actually is really good friends with David Justice. Like he tells the
It's funny.
story. He tells a story about it because he met him, I think, when he was in high school, because everyone called him Baby Justice because they look alike. And he was a great young baseball player, so he would go and see him, like introduce himself to him, and he gave him his gloves Go watch the episode if you're a baseball fan, because we talk about Moneyball also, which is one of my favorite baseball movies. So we talk about there was like a little bit of controversy about David Justice saying it wasn't like a really accurate portrayal of him, and he's like, well, it's not. It's a movie. It's not a documentary. Like, we gotta make stuff up. We don't know what happened.
Yeah, and it certainly wasn't about David Justice. So who gives a shit?
Right. Well, I mean, but these are real people. Like, this really is a David Justice. So, but the thing is, like, they were really good friends. So he like consulted with him and like talked to him before he did the role. And then he said the first time he saw it, he was in the theater sitting next to David Justice.
That's funny.
Which is like, I was like, how nervous were you? He was like, I was so nervous. Because
Yeah.
like, that's your friend, someone you've known like for decades, and now you're portraying him in a big time Hollywood movie. So yeah, so that was cool. It was really like, I like talking about those movies specifically because sports movies are such a hard thing to like do well when they're about real events. So yeah, that was cool. So the podcast has been keeping me busy, but I'll be back slinging takes and pissing everybody off soon enough.
Okay, there you go. Joy, is Stephen Ross a bad owner? You know what? I'll give you another second to think about it, and I'll preface with this. I have spent years, not staunchly, but defending Stephen Ross as an owner because money is never an issue. He's always willing to spend. Hell, the game day experience, going to the games, that stadium is phenomenal, all right? And that's forever. So that, to me, that kind of stuff is tremendous owner stuff. But when it is painfully obvious to everyone that the guy running the show in Chris Greer has not done the job, and you continue to allow him to run your business, that to me is a black eye on ownership. That now I have a problem with.
Here's what I'll say. I don't think I can call him a bad owner because of the business side of things. Because you do see owners that don't spend money, that don't have any loyalty, that don't care about the fan experience, that don't care about the stadium, that don't care about the branding of the team. That is not the case. His Achilles heel to me has always been loyalty. Because there is such a thing as being too loyal. I mean, we used to do the list of losers, the Jeff Ireland list of losers.
Yep.
And it was storied and long. And not for nothing, but like, Jeff Ireland's been doing a pretty good job in his other role since he's left the Dolphins. So everyone is not, just because you are good at one thing does not make you good at another. Like, we see this all the time with coaching. Just because you're an excellent coordinator does not mean you're going to be a good head guy. Just like it just is what it is. And I think his Achilles heel has always been that he's too loyal. Now, I know everyone's going to be like, well, you just said you don't like firing coaches. Yeah, but I don't think you should give coaches 15 years to fuck your shit up either. Sorry, are you cursing on here? I don't.
Yeah, we're good.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we let the expletives fly.
I don't think you should give people endless runways either. Like, I think you should give people a reasonable window to show what they can do and allow the work that they've done to have the opportunity to develop and blossom. But you can't give people endless runways because they set you back for decades. And that, I think, is the issue. I don't think that overall I can call him a bad owner if he's willing to spend money, if he's willing to care, like, defend the players, care about the fan experience, make sure that the facilities are great, take care of the alumni, like all those things I think are important to the overall like health of an organization. But yeah, I mean, it's really frustrating when year after year, it seems like you have the talent, you get excited about the coach, you get excited about the stars, and it's like the same results. Now, I don't think I think there's some on the field stuff and like overall culture stuff that I have been screaming about for years when it comes to structuring this roster, like the philosophy of what and how the Dolphins could ever really be a presence in this league. But yeah, I don't think I can call him a bad owner. I think he's too loyal.
What do you make of the game this past weekend? They blow a 17-0 lead at Carolina, and not just that. You had your typical Tua game where he has a nice game, and then with the game on the line, it's either interception or sack. And he overthrows a wide open Jalen Waddle, which should have been intercepted, and then the very next play he gets sacked on third down. I can't do it with Tua anymore. I'll get pushback where it's, but the defense is terrible. The offensive line is terrible, which of course is true. All right. How could you expect him to win the game by himself? Here's the thing. When you're drafted number 5 overall to be the franchise quarterback, when you're given $200 million to be the franchise quarterback, guess what? Sometimes you need to win the game on your own. And he never does.
I mean, I think you recall a few years ago, Dolphins fans, I was persona non grata for saying this. Everyone was really upset. You remember?
Mm-hmm.
People were writing songs and limericks about how wrong I was about this. Coming from my head. It was a big deal. I think Tua is a talented quarterback. I think Tua has to win perfectly. Everything has to be perfect.
Right.
And occasionally you will get that and you will win. But most of the time, something's going to go wrong. Sometimes you're going to have to make something out of nothing. Sometimes, like you said, you're going to have to just go win the game. We can't expect you to win every game on your own. That's an unreasonable ask. But as the franchise quarterback who has been paid, who has had everything structured around him so that the offense is built for him, the coach is for him, everything is for him. You have to step up and win some games sometimes. That's not an unreasonable ask. Not every time. Not every time. But if you're the guy, sometimes you got to be the guy. And when you are compared to your peers, which at this point, that draft class has to be compared to each other. Like, that is the fairest of comparisons when we're talking about your development, what you've had to deal with in the league, what kind of coaching you have, what kind of stability you have, what kind of talents around you. Like, everywhere that those guys have gone, we can now look at and say, okay, are you what we thought you were going to be? I just think it's hard to really have faith because we know that things are not always perfect in football. Like, there's going to be things that fall apart. There's going to be people that drop passes. There's going to be missed assignments. Like, that's what it is. And when you're the guy, you have to compensate for that. And we see great players do that. That's why we hold them in such high regard. That's why we talk about them the way that they do, and that's why we give them grace also when they can't do it. Like, when things are like falling apart, we're like, well, look, man, like, shit, he's done it every year. Like, he's made things happen without having receivers, without having an offensive line, without having a defense. Like, we see guys do this. And I just think it's always been my fear with Tua is that he was injured in college in massive injuries, which always gives me pause when it comes to quarterbacks. And he is a timing quarterback that needs things to be perfect. It's going to work when things are perfect. It's going to look good. You're going to have these big time moments where everyone is banging on their chest like, see, and then it's going to get cold. It's going to get cold, guys.
Yep.
Speed doesn't work when it's cold.
Yep.
Finesse doesn't work when it's cold. And this is a fall-winter sport where we still, for some reason, play outside, which I do not understand. But that's a whole different conversation. You're going to have to play outside in the cold. You play in the AFC East. Okay? You're going to play outside in the cold. I don't know. I just
feel like, Joy, I think, yes, you've been saying it all along. I feel like I'm a pretty good barometer here because up until this year, I've been all in on Tua. I've been very much on his side. So the fact that I've now completely flipped to the other side and I'm willing to admit, yeah, I was wrong. Like, that's I think that's being pretty fair and balanced right there. It's not like I'm dug in on one side and saying, I told you so. No. I thought the other thing, but I'm willing to admit that what I'm seeing now, I was dead wrong.
Well, it's not that he's not talented. Like, he is talented, and he can make great plays, and he can win games. And I think that the biggest thing is when he's not available, which is pretty often, we see how bad they are. So
Okay, but the bar can't be as Tua better than the backup quarterback. I mean, obviously they're better with him.
No. I'm with you. I agree. But I'm saying that like staunch defenders have always placed these these things out there as offerings for why he is actually the answer. And I'm like, yeah, it can't be that he's better than the backup quarterback, which, by the way, the backup quarterback situation has been horrific in Miami for years, which I do not understand because Tua has proven that he is unavailable a lot. Mm-hmm. So you should, all around the league, you were seeing the value of having a real backup quarterback. So that part to me has always been incredibly frustrating. Yes, the bar can't be he's better than the backup quarterback. The bar cannot be how does he play when everything is perfect. The bar cannot be how does he play when it's 50 degrees or warmer. Like it can't be all that. Like, just play football and win games when it's asked of you. And it's been decades since the Dolphins have won a playoff game. And at some point, it's like, what do you want me to say? The quarterback position is the most important position in football. If you do not have a quarterback, or you do not have a guy that can make plays when it's asked of him, not just when it's easy or timing's perfect or everyone hit their spots and everyone on the offensive line blocked the way that they were supposed to. That's just people. There's too many things. There's too many variables to predict on that. And like, it's not about like, I'm not trying to sit here and be like, see, I told you I was right. Tua is not the guy. But it's like the things that are happening are always the things that made me nervous about Tua. His availability issues, his timing situation, his size, the fact that he needs everything to be speed, you're here. Yeah, Mike McDaniel has proven to be the guy that can bring that out of him. But my issue with the Dolphins is, and this is what really has scared me about how they're built, it is a statistical fact that they cannot win when it's cold. Like, that's crazy. They can't win games when it's cold. You play a fall winter sport. And the reason they can't win is because they're not built on defense and they're not built on the run game. Now, the run game, when they're speedsters, is so fun to watch. Right? Like, we get all the statistics about how fast they are, and that's great. But this isn't a race. And you need a power run game and you need a defense. And that's not sexy. But if you play a fall winter sport and you play in Miami, so you are used to things being warm, you have to have something that travels. And they don't travel. So it's like, even if you make the playoffs, if you've got to go to Buffalo, because you're never going to win the division, if you have to go to Buffalo, if you have to go to Baltimore, if you have to go to Cincinnati, if you have to go to Kansas City, what are you going to do? Nothing. You're going to lay an egg because your style of football does not travel. Does it look good on highlights? Absolutely. Does it win enough games to get you to the playoffs? Clearly. But if we're talking about putting together a roster and a team that is going to actually compete when it matters, not win 8 games, not make the playoffs, then to me, I just don't see how the structure and the identity of this team is one that can win in the postseason.
Yeah, you're right. Joy, what are you watching these days, or have you finished Netflix?
No, I got my show watching in during the summer. This is not a good time for show watching. As you know, there's way too many sports on.
Okay.
I have like a lunch show, like that's about as much TV as I watch now. So I'm getting through Wednesday, but I finished Gilded Age over the summer, and I'm so sad.
I don't know what that is.
Gilded Age is so good.
I don't know what that is. No.
You know what? I think it's kind of a girly show, if I'm being honest.
Not for me. That's not for
me. It's a timepiece.
I watch very manly shows. Very
Yeah, very
masculine.
manly shows. Very manly shows. Yeah, it's a time specific piece. That's not how you say it. What is the term I'm looking for? Period piece. It's a period
Yes.
piece. And it's great. And I loved it, and I'm sad because, I grow these attachments to these characters, and like I don't get to see them now because I have to wait for the next season. So yeah, Gilded Age was great. I'm watching Wednesday right now. I'm still getting through Vikings. Vikings is a very manly show.
We're watching Wednesday. We have not watched the part 2 yet, so we're like halfway through Wednesday. And I'm also watching Peacemaker. Do you watch Peacemaker
No, is
with
that with
John
John Cena?
Cena? Yeah, it's
Good,
very good.
good. All right, I need to check that out. Then I need
Peacemaker
another.
is very good, and I'm watching The Studio with Seth Rogen. Have you seen that?
Studio's great. I mean,
That show
I
is
love
great.
watching shows that are like about Hollywood and about LA, because I live here, so it's like, yeah,
That show's good.
everyone
That
loves
show
that
is
show.
funny. I got like 2 episodes left. That show is funny.
I did see One Battle After Another with Leonardo DiCaprio and Tiana Taylor, the movie that's out right now, and it is
I want to see that.
so good. Excellent.
Yeah, I want to see that.
It's a great cast, and it's like very timely. It's a great. It's like it's very timely, so it's almost like a dark comedy-ish because it's like playing on everything that's happening politically right now. Um, so yeah, it's a great movie. I imagine there will be some Oscar noms for it, but it's really good.
Joy, tell everybody how they could watch and hear Too Personal.
You can watch on YouTube, so go and subscribe to Personal Show, and you can follow us on social media, to Personal Show, and follow the foundation, Joy Taylor Foundation. We have some stuff coming up soon. We'll be doing stuff for Thanksgiving and for Christmas here in LA. So if you want to donate some plates to the less fortunate, we'll have links up to do that. And yeah, I'll have some stuff coming down the pipeline soon. But yeah.
Awesome.
I'll see you in London.
That's exciting. Yes, yes. People are listening right now. She and I are together. We may be together right now, and you're listening. That's how it works. This is
Having
our
a having a
president.
pint in London. Wait, so
That's right.
have you been to London?
No, we've never been. No.
Oh, I mean, you're gonna love it. You're really like
Okay.
London
We'll
is
see.
London is do you like New York?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, London is like clean New York, and which makes sense. And it's just cool, like very historic. You'll like it because you like beer. So they're like, lots of cool pubs. And yeah, it's fun. It's a good time.
All right. We'll see you there then. Thanks,
See you
Joy.
in London. Thanks.